Most people know exactly what they don't want, but only vaguely know what they really want. Only vaguely do they have a sense of what they truly desire. So, as we open up this field for life after healing, embodying your fullest potential and living a deeply fulfilling life, we want to give you a moment to just consider and ponder and reflect and ask yourself, what is it that you most deeply desire? What is it that you really want? What is it that you want from life? Who is it that you want to be? How do you want your life to feel? And don't just stay at the surface, but really see how clear you can get when you ask yourself that. How precise can you get clear on what it is you want?
And while you take that moment to consider this, we invite you to just put your hand on your heart, and we'll all take 3 deep breaths together to ground our journey.
And to sync up across time and space, past, present, and future. We are synchronized through the now. That is always. So 3 deep breaths, because we're about to go in.
Fully arriving and landing here.
Yes.
It's amazing what just 3 breaths can do.
Here we are.
Dropping into the body so that you can really receive the transmission of energy that we are gifting to you in this moment.
Yeah. We've been tapping into this transmission for a while now, all day, and so much of our life. It's about embodying your fullest potential. What is it that keeps us from that? Do we even have a sense of what our fullest potential is?
Yeah.
So we want to invite you into this contemplation, right? Into this deep ponderance of what does it mean to live your fullest potential? Not to just live life to the fullest, but to be your fullest potential. What are you capable of? And what's inside of you that you have a burning desire to experience, to create,
to give to the world.
Yeah.
And what is the impact of you finally allowing yourself, giving yourself the permission to do that? Not only on your own life, but in the lives of the people that you love. When you're engaged in your passion and you're pursuing that fully, everyone can feel it. It's an energy that exudes from you. It's magnetic. It's attractive.
Yeah.
It's abundant.
Because you're living your truth, and you're living really what is most true to you. You're not compromising in any way, right? Because you're honoring yourself. You've chosen yourself, and you're honoring and loving yourself by doing the thing that you're here to do, by being that greatest version of yourself. So what keeps us from that? What gets in the way? How do we lose sight?
Sometimes when you're on the healing journey, it can feel like you're dancing in the dark. You're trying to find a solution to a problem that you can't quite name, or that you have a lot of names for, but you can't yet solve. And I know from my own journey, when I also left home and separated from my family, I had to confront a lot of the dynamics that I was ready to transform within the DNA, within the lineage. And that was difficult. It took some time because I had to meet those parts of myself that were suppressed, that were fragmented, that were lost. And I felt desperate to bring those feelings that I was having into resolution. Like, what will fix me? What will save me?
To heal.
I just really, truly wanted to have the simplicity of feeling good in my body again, feeling coherent within myself and with the world around me and connected. But I felt disconnected, and the healing journey had served a huge purpose for me. And at some point I realized that maybe the more I dig into this past, the more I'm perpetuating the very thing that I want to relieve myself from.
And the more you're not living in the present, right? So it's quite a paradox, and some of you you may get triggered, right? You may feel a sting, and this is not to dismiss all that you've experienced, the traumas, the pains. But we want to invite you to consider that if you want to really, let's say, heal, it's all about acceptance. It's all about being at peace with what happened. And so this reality we live in is truly marvelous. It's perfect in its design. But in so many ways we feel like it's hard and is such a struggle, and we feel like times are so bad, but we always feel that. It's like times always seem to be bad, if that's what you're focusing on, right? And so that's where the conditioning and the programming is coming in, and even this idea of healing. And so this is something so prevalent in the spiritual community, right? It's all about healing. Everything is about healing. But we want to establish ourselves in life after healing, right? And I want you to consider that the true healing comes from living life after healing. So therein is the type of paradox. It's like, how do you make sense of that? Therein is the quantum mechanics of how we are in this reality. So for this contemplation of embodying your fullest potential and living a deeply fulfilling life, we need to consider what our worldview is. And for some, you may not have really realized that you have a worldview. You have a view of the world and how it works, and what way it's in, what shape the world is in, but more so how the world works. What the world is, what it's about, that worldview.
And your place in it, your role.
And each of us carries a unique view. But what's the difference? And what view would be the most empowering? Right? Because that's what this is all about. If you want to live your fullest potential, it's ultimately an empowerment.
Yeah.
It's you being in your power.
I've noticed within myself, on my own journey, and within the spiritual community, that in the healing space, it's very common that you can fall into victimhood. You can begin to feel disempowered by the experiences that you've had, rather than alchemizing that pain into creation, using it as fuel, using it as contrast to what you'd rather experience. And it's all about what lens are you looking through to create that worldview. Is it a lens of victimhood, or is it a lens of creatorhood?
Yes.
And creatorhood comes from that deep place of the self-acceptance that you were mentioning. The acceptance of all of the experiences in your life that have happened because they've happened for a reason. They've happened to bring you here today.
To be who you are. And truly to be empowered is to be in that acceptance to where anything that's happened to you actually serves you
greatly
in the highest way. And some of you, again, might feel triggered because some of us have experienced some horrific traumas, right? But it serves you if you can be embodied in that fullest potential, right? And so our worldview And a view that we would like to offer you, for one, is that the artist is the architect. The artist is truly the highest embodiment. The artist is the creator, right? And we refer to God as the creator. So if you step into the role of an artist, you're stepping into the role of an alchemist. You are able to take anything that has happened, anything that comes into your consciousness, your awareness, anything that you see. You can take it, alchemize it, transform it in a way that it will serve you, in a way that it will serve others and empower others.
Yes.
So no matter what your trauma is, I know for certain that you can take that, if you can really get present with yourself. You don't have to dig deep into the past and uncover everything. It's all in the present moment. It's about how much can you really be here right now with yourself, with what you're feeling, what you're not allowing yourself to feel or see within yourself. And if you can do that, if that becomes your practice, you can take any trauma and alchemize it. Because at the most base level, you just experiencing whatever it was, and you're still here, your story is healing.
You can truly come back from anything. The human soul is so resilient.
Yeah.
And it's an act of courage to open up and share your story, to allow the light to shine on those dark places.
Because you don't want to constrict, and you don't want to close, and you don't want to become cold. And, you know, as a person who's really navigated the relational field, right? And making a 10-year documentary, The Love Frequency. My journey through relationships was really a journey of resolving this wound of abandonment from my mother. And through that journey, perhaps this is helpful and in some way, you know, reflective for you. Because we all have relationships. We all go through these relationships, and relationships are one of the highest technologies, especially a conscious relationship. In every relationship, in every dynamic I experienced, and there would be such a strong love, you know, such deep feeling for me, in me. And when it would end, you know, it was typically just like so, it was traumatic. It just hurt. You know, it hurt because it triggered that wound. It triggered that thing inside of me of, am I not good enough? But I always had the sense, I always had a knowing deep inside that no matter what happens, it's essential for me to not close my heart, to not close and become cold and become... It was essential for me to keep my heart open, to continue to allow myself to be love, to believe in love, to, to really keep that sense of possibility that, so in that way, it's like you said, the human soul is resilient, so we can overcome anything.
And sometimes when the heart breaks, it breaks open.
Yeah.
It reveals you to yourself a deeper layer of who you are through that pain, through that depth. It's nothing to run from. So many people avoid being present in their current relationships to avoid that pain, to avoid experiencing that pain again. And in that avoidance, it's inevitable that they will.
In that avoidance, you're still hurting yourself because you're not living in that truth. You're not living in that fullness, right? And this is definitely something I feel like we both had to navigate as far as like being fully in integrity, fully in alignment with who we are, right? In our creative, in our relational, in our sexual energies. It's all the same energy.
It's all connected.
So we want you to really receive this, right? This opportunity that you have, this life, you can step into your fullest potential.
And you are so, so, so supported in doing so. The way that Earth is changing, the way that the old systems are collapsing, we need you in your power.
Yeah, and you need you. You need that. You're here to experience your full self, your wholeness. Right? So how? How do we do that? We might be making it sound easy, like, oh, just step into your fullest potential. And this is where the trigger is. This is where it's confronting, because it's through the phenomenon of time, as we are in this reality, that we are slowly realizing who we are as a collective and what this is. You see, so many of us have a view of the world that it's so hard and things are not right. And I had that view as well. And that's part of the duality. But we have the choice. We have the freedom to choose.
And we don't have to fight against it. We don't have to use our energy, as you were saying, to go up against something.
It's not about fighting. It's not about resisting. That is really something that is more in the history side of things. That is the historical paradigm of fighting, of protesting. But we're not here to protest. We are here to live the life after healing. Mm-hmm. We're here to create the life that we actually want instead of protesting what we don't want, thereby only creating more of it.
That old paradigm exists and thrives on conflict, on your inner conflict and conflict between you and others. And however it can drive a wedge in your mind, it will. Whatever form of division that it can take, it will.
So this is the plot. Whatever you don't want, you create more of, because that's your focus. But what do you want? What are you here for? What is your fullest potential?
What does life after healing look like for you?
Again, the healing is in the life after healing.
What does life after healing look like for you?
I am my fullest expression. I don't need to carry the old stories, because that's all we really do. We carry these things with us, things that we accumulated along the way from experiences, events, relationships. We pick up these things, these thoughts, these ideas, beliefs around ourselves, around what the world is. Life after healing is when you simply come back. It's when you meet yourself in the future, which is where you began. Right? So I'm not trying to make a riddle, but the truth is only ever somewhere close by. Right? It's in the paradox. Because that's kind of the way this reality is set up. So what we're talking about here is that quantum level. And we get all hyped up about quantum shift, quantum shift. It's actually quite simple. And it sounds like this far out abstract thing, but essentially the gist of it is that thought is creative. And that's why we say the artist is the architect. The question is, do you know your own mind?
And how it is continuously creating the reality around you. Constantly, in every moment.
Some people might watch this video. Many people watch videos and they just get riled up and get into that conflict, right? Get into an argument. I disagree. You don't know what you're talking about. Why? Why is that how you're going to use your energy? Your thought, your energy is creative.
So this new era that we're moving into, you really want to realize the power of your thought and use your energy wisely.
Yeah.
Because things are speeding up. And the same is true for your thought to reality.
And as things speed up, the best thing you can do is slow down.
And ground.
Right, and in your slowing down, you are essentially speeding up. Right, you're essentially getting where you want to go faster. Because not slowing down, you're kind of just running around.
You're
right?
Scattering.
The energy is not contained. You want to allow movement to emerge from stillness. From stillness, you're going to have the most clarity. And it doesn't mean just sit around and meditate all day.
It's living a life that is the most meaningful to you. That every night when you lay your head on your pillow, in your heart, you feel genuine gratitude and fulfillment for what you experienced that day. And for all that you became and all that you created and all that you are.
Yeah. Who you are is endless.
Eternal.
So, your fullest potential is always here, always available. It's awaiting you. How willing are you to step into that? Because what we found is that so many people are actually, they want freedom, they want to be creative, they want some kind of better life, but they're afraid, they aren't willing to take that leap into the unknown. We're so used to the comfort, to the security of what's safe.
Yeah.
This is your invitation to live a wild and free life in whatever way you choose. A life of luxury in the city, a life in the jungle, a hybrid, something that is completely up to you. And who cares what anyone thinks?
Yeah. You can't live in the prison of other people's minds that will confine you.
So this is about taking ownership of your life, of your energy, of your mind, your time.
And that is our sole purpose, is to guide you to pick up the pen and to rewrite your story in a way that serves you.
To be the author.
To switch up the narrative, to break character.
Yeah.
To come out of that old frequency, thanking it for all of the ways that it got you to this moment, and opening up into what's truly meant for you.
And it's a beautiful thing. You know, if you don't quite know what it is, when you find it, it's just so beautiful. It's so wow, like, yeah, this is actually what I'm all about.
This is it.
Like you just said, our soul's purpose, our role, is of being catalysts to empower and catalyze you into your life's work, into your fullest potential, into the embodiment of your greatest version.
Fully expressed, fully grounded in your body, feeling able to feel so alive, just like you did when you were a child.
So, we want to, once again, come back to the breath, right? And allow this to really sink in. And allow all the parts of yourself to synchronize here and now in this moment in wholeness. And consider once again deeply, what is it that you truly want? And more so, who are you here to be? Who would you like to be? For those of you who maybe don't know who you're here to be, allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to imagine. Because in many ways we disconnect from that imaginal space. But that's our playground. That is where we sow the seeds.
You are here to dream this reality into being. To let yourself imagine and to feel it. To feel it is to experience it in the now. To call it in. Like it belongs to you, because it does. It's your life force.
And you deserve and you are worthy of whatever it is you choose.
You have all of these gifts. Even if you have yet to discover them, you have them.
Again, it's really beautiful when you meet yourself in that way. When you discover what those abilities are, what that magic is. And it isn't always something so extravagant, right? Sometimes it's silly. Sometimes it's just simple. But it gives you, it would give you so much life. It will give you so much energy. It will make you so magnetic and attractive, and people will seek you out for whatever that silly thing is.
For your uniqueness.
For your true expression.
Yeah. It's yours.
So,
claim it.
Giving so much gratitude for you, for being here with us, and for stepping into this contemplation of life after healing, for opening your field and your mind and your heart to the infinite possibilities of all that you can be.
Thank you for tuning in with us.
We're really excited to hear from you, to hear how this lands, to hear what comes up when you consider, like, well, what is it that I really want? when you consider what that full potential of who you are is. Again, just give yourself permission. Leave it in the comments. Claim it. Speak it. Write it down.
Dance with it.
Yeah. This is your life.
Live it to the fullest.